Um, what's up, Trojans? I'm 100% topless right now. I was watching Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue or whatever. Happy Father's Day, but I'm gonna review Impact. I know it's late. I don't even have time to do this anymore. I was gonna do this review responding to Usher's review because he said he was gonna do one, but I don't know if he's done it yet, so I'm just gonna do it now because I got a lot more stuff I want to do this week about TNA. I'm gonna do a video about how I would book Slammiversary. I'm gonna do one about Gunner and Jay Lethal. Um, Now before I start, I just want to say it bothers me that TNA has no on-air authority figure, even though WWE's had a bunch, and you people claim that it bothers you, but you don't say anything with them. They need an authority figure. The show started out with a contract signing that should have been the main event segment, and when I saw it, I thought I was watching like the wrong thing, and they got the schedule messed up. But Mike Tenay was in the ring. I'd rather have Billy Corgan right now be the on-air GM. But if you're gonna do this, can you have Mike Tenay? The man's collecting dust. He's gonna get released soon. But yeah, basically EC3 cut a promo about how Angle's beating all these big names. And I like this promo. He talked about how he's beating all these big names. But they were not undefeated like him. And EC3 talks about how he's gonna beat the guy that beat all these big names and become TNA World Champion. Great promo. And then they're gonna pick each other's poison in the next 2 weeks. So EC3 is gonna pick his opponent next week for Angle, and Angle picks his tonight, and Angle chose Bobby Lashley, who had an MMA fight coming up. So yeah, that's his opponent tonight. All right, that's the main event too. Lashley versus Ethan Carter III. All right, I put a shirt on because all you guys are getting jealous, and all your girls are starting to faint, melt, and get wet down there. So you're welcome. The next match was the Wolves came out and called out the Dirty Heels, basically saying, "Why did you guys cheat?" And they didn't explain, but Bobby Roode comes out and says Aries is not there. But then it turns into Bobby Roode versus Eddie Edwards. It was supposed to be Davey Richards, but Eddie Edwards said, "This is my fight." And the stipulation is if Eddie Edwards or Bobby Roode win, they get to pick the stipulation for match 4. Aries indeed was there, and he tried to help Bobby cheat, but it failed. So Bobby got rolled up by Eddie Edwards, and Eddie Edwards wins. So Eddie Edwards picks the stipulation, and he chose Full Metal Mayhem. I fail to see why they're doing this now and not in the 5th match, unless the Wolves are winning the next match because they only got one more victory that they need to win the tag titles. But yeah, it should be a good match. Next, Joseph Park came back, and I guess we're supposed to forget that he's Abyss. He answered Bram's challenge. I'm gonna make a video about this challenge later on, but Bram beat him by putting him through a table. They've had great matches in the past when he was Abyss. And the guy that plays Abyss, Chris Park, he can do anything. Abyss, Joseph Park, and even when he's Abyss, he can do all kinds of Abyss. Monster Abyss, Coward Abyss, Face Abyss, Heel Abyss. Great actor and great worker too. He's willing to put his body through unimaginable pain. But yeah, Bram slammed Joseph Park through a table, and he pinned Joseph Park and won. There's something I think they're going to do with this storyline with Bram is open challenges, and I hope they do it. Because I think that'll be really cool. Taryn Terrell said something, but I wasn't listening because I was looking at her big titties. But I think juicy titties. But I think she said something about how if the Dollhouse beats Kong and Brooke, they get title shots. But if they lose, if Kong and Brooke lose, they don't get any title shot. And while this match is going on, Taryn is at ringside in a goddamn tutu, dancing like she's Maddie Ziegler like this. But anyway, great teamwork by the Kong and Brooke. Kong picked up Brooke, and like Brooke falls on top of one of the girls from the Dollhouse and wins 1, 2, 3. And Taryn's like, no! So now she's going to have to defend against both of them. I'm going to be going for the Dollhouse, though, no matter what. So Taryn, I want her to retain. And if they still have the knockout tag titles, I push for the Dollhouse to be the champion. Right? Next, Christy Hemme introduced Chris Melendez. So Chris Melendez comes out, and he says that he's going to get revenge on Eric Young for what Eric Young did. If you remember at the Hardcore War, Eric Young like beat him with his own leg. Um, then Eric Young comes out looking like a homeless fisherman, like, "Hey, I don't care if you're a hero. You can back down. I don't want to embarrass you, boy." And then Melendez said, "What?" And Melendez said, "No, I want to fight you, Eric." So they got a match next week on the Live Impact. Um, it should be a good match. Um, then this horrible psycho music hits. And then Jesse Goddard comes out in his underwear. And he's got a match with his bro man partner, DJZ. And he brutalized DJZ like he's stepping on his ankle. And then he beats DJZ with like Walls of Jericho. And then DJZ taps out to the Walls of Jericho. So after Jesse Goddard wins, he cuts a promo saying, "I was the best, bro, man." I think he was the worst of the three, but whatever. And he's getting a singles push. Ugh. So then he continues to just brutalize this poor DJZ. And he's like, "Get up, Zima. Get up, Zima." And then Robbie E comes out and says, "Bro, what? What? Bro, boom." And he's beating the fuck out of Jesse Goddard and they're fighting. And then Robbie E says, "What?" And he throws him out of the ring. And then Jesse Goddard is like, no, bro. Or whatever. So they're going to have a match at Slammiversary. Why not, you know? I mean, they formed 2 years ago, I believe. Why not have a match, you know? Let's find out the best is. And then this horrible segment with Magnus coming back. And Magnus said, "I saw what you did to my wife, James Storm. Come out here so I could whip that ass." And then these security guards are just standing there, retarded. And Magnus said, "If you guys touch me, I'm going to beat your asses." So then James Storm says, "Your wife, Mickie James, is a bitch because she should have pledged her allegiance to me." And he's got a fucking baby stroller behind him. And then he's like, "Your wife was thinking about another man." And then Magnus gets mad. So Magnus says, "What?" And he comes out and charges at Storm. And then the bullshit security is standing there. And then as they're doing this, James Storm is like, "What?" And James Storm throws his baby stroller off the stage. And then fucking Magnus is like, "Oh shit, Donovan, my baby." And he runs in there and then he pulls out the baby and it's a fucking baby doll. And then all of a sudden James Storm is like running away. And then Magnus chases him like, "Get back here, you bitch." So yeah, this feud is intense or whatever. I was interested in it, but I don't think it's over after Slammiversary, but we'll see what happens. Then the main event happened. By the way, I'm sorry if this video wasn't as good as my others. My first take was better. Anyway, so it was EC3 versus Bobby Lashley, who has a Bellator fight coming up. Well, it happened already, but yeah. So this match was good. I saw Food Killer's review and he was complaining about how they protect Lashley and that EC3 needed this win. He did need this win, but I think the bigger shock is that Lashley lost because, yes, he is protected when he wrestles. So I think EC3 winning was a big deal because I was surprised to see Lashley get pinned. So it's a bigger shock that this match didn't end in DQ or countout. And as for the overbooking with Tyrus was pulled from a GFW show, okay? He needs to be used because he's the insurance policy of EC3. He's the bodyguard. Use him. Like, what he did is what he's supposed to do because he's just standing there most of the time. It's like no point in having him. We need a reason to have Tyrus there. So Tyrus interfering, I'm behind that. So yeah, Tyrus interfered. I think 2 referees came out. He knocked out one of them. EC3 plants Bobby Lashley and pins him with the 1%. Covers him 1, 2, 3. And EC3 wins against Bobby Lashley. A good impact. I prefer the last week's. I'm still not happy with Slammiversary. I'm not happy with the thing, July 1st Impact. I'm not happy with Gunner getting released. But we'll see what happens in TNA. I think EC3 is going to win the title because why else would they push? Why would they? If Angle was going to retain, they would have done the show at the pay-per-view, the match at the pay-per-view. But they don't want spoilers, so yeah. EC3 is going to be the new champ. Learn to like it. You need to like it. You need to like it. Happy Father's Day, y'all. God bless. What?